Hello everyone, and welcome to my first official video. Today we're going to be discussing what many consider to be the first automobile ever created, the Benz patent Motorwagen. But before we get into that, I figured we would get into a little bit of the inventor and his life leading up to the vehicle, Carl Benz. So I hope you all enjoy the ride. Carl Benz was born on November 25th, 1844, and died on April 4th, 1929 of pneumonia. He was 84 years old. But during his life he achieved many great things. At 15 years old he had taken and passed the entrance exam for mechanical engineering at the University of Karlsruhe, also known as Karlsruhe Institute of Technology, or KIT for short, and graduated on July 9th, 1864 at 19 years old. After that, he spent the next 7 years at various companies getting professional training, but did not quite fit in with any of them. At 27, he and another man, August Ritter, launched the Iron Foundry and Mechanical Workshop in Mannheim, Germany, but renamed it the Factory for Machines and Sheet Metal Working. But the business struggled the first year due to Ritter being unreliable, and so the workshop's tools were impounded. But Benz's fiancée at the time, later married, Bertha Ringer, stepped in and bought out Ritter's share in the company, and the company was back on track. Benz headed the development of new types of engines that would eventually lead to the development of the two-stroke engine that was patented on June 28, 1880. There were more problems when the banks demanded that the Benz's enterprise become incorporated due to the high production costs they were maintaining, so the Benz's improvised a plan to create an association with the photographer Emil Buehler and his brother, who was a cheese merchant, to get additional support from the local banks. The new company was called Gasmotoren Fabrik Mannheim in 1882, but after everything was said and done, Carl was not happy with the agreement, as it left him with only a 5% stake in the company, and he now only held a director position. And to make things worse, his ideas were not even considered when the company was trying to come up with new products. So, after just 1 year, he withdrew from the company in 1883. Later that year, he met bicycle store owners Max Rose and Friedrich Wilhelm Esslinger, and the three of them founded a new company, Benz & Company Rheinische Gasmotoren Fabrik, which quickly grew to 25 employees and started producing static gasoline. And this success gave Carl the opportunity to go on to create what is considered by most people to be the first automobile ever made, the Benz patent Motorwagen. It was constructed using a tubular frame design similar to that used in bicycles. It also used wire spoke wheels similar to bicycles as well. It used a 4-stroke engine with an electric coil ignition, quite advanced technology at the time, and used an evaporative cooling system instead of a conventional radiator. The engine created almost 1 horsepower with a mind-blowing top speed of almost 10 miles per hour. It was driven using 2 roller chains that connected to the rear axle. The steering was achieved using rack and pinion system, which was connected to the single front wheel using a driver end tilt. The Motorwagen underwent a few revisions, ending with a Model 3 in 1889, which incorporated an additional gear used for hill climbing and the first use of brake lining pads instead of only bare wooden blocks. These were added at the suggestion of Benz's wife after she took a trip, unbeknownst to her husband, to her mother's house, for which she drove the car 65 miles to help prove to the general public that the car was feasible and reliable. And thus concludes our story of the first automobile, There is much more to Carl Benz and his automobile history, but that is a tale for another time. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe, as it will help the channel grow. Leave a comment if there is something that you would like to share, or if you have any suggestions. Thank you, and I will see you in the next chapter. Have a good one.